Trust. It's the glue that holds families together. But what happens when that trust is shattered, not by strangers, but by the very people you love most? This is a story of Igor, a young entrepreneur from Brazil whose life promised success, family, and love until jealousy, betrayal, and greed conspired against him. His murder shocked an entire nation, not just for brutality, but for the people accused of carrying it out. His partner, his best friend, and even his own sister. Tonight, we will go deeper than the headlines. We will retrace Igor's childhood, his rise to success, the cracks in his relationships, and the brutal night when everything came crashing down. This is not just a crime story. This is a story about loyalty, betrayal, and how the people closest to you can sometimes become the deadliest of all. Igor's childhood and family. Igor was born in May 1997 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. He entered a complicated world. His father had many partners, and Igor grew up surrounded by half-brothers and half-sisters in a family tree that twisted and turned in every direction. But one relationship stood out from the rest, his bond with his younger sister, Makilai. From the very beginning, the two were inseparable. They played together, they laughed together, and they leaned on each other when life inside their fractured family grew too heavy. Growing up, Igor learned quickly that life would not hand him anything easily. But this gave him drive. While many his age were content to coast through adolescence, Igor was already hustling, fixing bikes, selling small items, making connections. He was ambitious, hungry, and determined to carve a name for himself. The young entrepreneur. As he entered adulthood, Igor didn't slow down. He started a small car dealership, flipping used vehicles for a profit. It wasn't long before he expanded into motorcycles, this time with the help of someone who will become central in his story, his brother-in-law and closest friend, Mario. Together, the two young men dreamed big. They wanted to dominate the local motorcycle market. And for a time, it seemed like nothing could stop them. On social media, Igor portrayed the life of a rising star, fancy cars, celebrations, family gatherings. But underneath, trouble was brewing. Rumors began swirling, whispers of money laundering and shady deals. Though Igor and Mario were eventually acquitted, the stain on their reputation lingered. For Igor, who valued respect and image, this was a wound that cut deep. Love and turmoil. In 2018, Igor met the woman who would change everything, Rafaela. She was striking, confident, and soon became the center of his world. By 2019, they had a child together. Online, they looked like the perfect couple, smiling selfies, family outings, declarations of love. But behind closed doors, things were different. Igor was jealous. He was controlling. Arguments were frequent. Alcohol only made things worse. By July 2024, the relationship cracked under pressure, and Rafaela left. The breakup devastated Igor. Friends say he spiraled, but then began to rebuild himself. He stopped drinking, lost weight, and tried to prove he could change. For a short while, it worked. Rafaela returned. But just weeks later, the cycle repeated, and she left him again. This time, it would be final. The night of the party. On August 30th, 2024, Igor dropped off his kids at his mother's house and joined Mario at a party. Rafaela and Makilai were there too. What should have been a night of drinks and laughter was instead filled with tension. Witnesses later said Igor looked restless, uneasy. He kept glancing at Rafaela and Mario. Something was off. As the night dragged on, Rafaela and Makilai left together. Shortly after, Igor and Mario also slipped out. But what happened in the car would change everything. The car ride revelation. As Mario drove, his car's dashboard lit up. An incoming call. The name on the screen made Igor's blood run cold. It was Rafaela. At that moment, Igor saw the truth. The woman he loved, the mother of his children, was secretly involved with his best friend, his partner, his brother-in-law. Witnesses later recounted that Igor exploded in rage. He demanded answers. He demanded Mario drive him straight to Marceli's apartment, where Rafaela had gone earlier. The car ride was filled with anger, betrayal, and silence that spoke louder than words. The apartment showdown. Security cameras captured Mario's car arriving at Marceli's apartment. What happened inside remains disputed to this day, but one thing is certain: it ended in blood. Neighbors heard shouting, a man's voice yelling in rage, the crash of broken G.